Good morning, everybody. This is Jamie coming at you live from Arizona, an undisclosed location. I don't know why, I just always wanted to say that. Yes, finished my walk this morning. Today I go back to work, my full-time job. I'm spoiled. Yeah, I've been off since last Thursday. So yeah, happy hump day. Make it a blessed day. And comment below if you're catching me live or on the replay by saying, hey girl, hi. Woo! The topic for today, as you all know, I walk, I listen, I absorb knowledge, and I bring it to you. Because that's what I do, because I love you. Today I was listening to a podcast when I was walking. Oh my gosh, was she bringing it home. Emotional intelligence. Woo! Train wreck right here. Okay? How many of you struggle with emotional intelligence? Let me know in the comments. How many of you don't even understand what it is? Let me know that in the comments. Yeah, it took me a minute. I tell you, that's an area where I have gotten better. I am not my best at it, but I have gotten better. And so, there you have it. Still working. It's a work in progress. We're all a work in progress. So, here's the deal with emotional intelligence. I kind of liken it to when I talk about like joy and happiness, because I was struggling with some depression and stuff. Do you allow the course of what's going on in a day to determine your mood? Okay? So if you have emotional intelligence, when I always tell you when I sign off, make it a blessed day, that's emotional intelligence. It doesn't have to be a bad day because something bad happened. It doesn't have to be a bad day because something didn't go your way. Okay? Here's another one. Area I used to struggle with emotional intelligence. Someone would say something bad about me or do something to me to hurt me, and my life was wrecked. I was ruined. Or it's a bad day. It's a bad week. It's a bad month. It's a bad year, and it just keeps snowballing and snowballing and snowballing. And what they were talking about in the podcast, she was like, that stuff's going to bother us, but for how long? Like, how long is it going to take you to pull your head back together, pray for them, whomever, whatever that's going on, pull yourself out of it and go forward? Like, how long is that going to take? Is that going to take a few minutes? It could. Yeah, it could. It doesn't have to be a bad day I had. Oh, good morning, people that are saying hi in the comments. Good morning. It doesn't have to be a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, a bad year. It can just be a bad few minutes. And will you stay there once you pull yourself out of it? Probably not. It's kind of like grieving. You're going through the process of grieving. That doesn't mean, oh, I'm done. I went through all the stages. I'm finished. They're not in order. The stages of grieving. Emotional intelligence has no date, has no timeline. It's nothing that's defined. And for me, where I struggled was I'd have to vent. You know what I mean? I hold something in. I don't talk about it. And I am like, on the inside. And on the outside, I'm like, oh, it's okay. I'll be fine. I'm okay. Who's like that? Give me a hand, that little hand icon in the comments. Always. And then I'm like, oh, I just got to vent, tell somebody about it, and then I'll be okay. Once I get it out, I'm fine. You got to watch who you're venting to, because people you're venting to, some of them may not be strong enough to handle it. Some of them may hold it against the person you're talking about, so it's usually good to talk to somebody that doesn't even know who you're talking about. And some of them just don't want to hear it because it's negative stuff, and then it's going to pull them down, right? Right? So you just got to watch. And then, how many times are you going to keep venting about it? How many times are you going to keep bringing that person back up in your life? There's an area I struggled. I still struggle with that one. Do you know what she did? Girl, let me tell you. Hey, remember the time when? Oh, gosh, right? Why am I still there? Why am I still talking about it? Every time I bring it up, I'm reliving it, going through it again, telling the story is bringing all the emotions back. You're bringing that negative energy right back. Hello, right? Stop doing that to yourself. Oh, hello. Good morning, everybody. But I'm just like, you gotta watch it, So watch your emotional intelligence. Don't make or let something that was a small, tiny snippet of a day influence your whole day, your whole week, your whole month, your whole life, the whole year. Don't let that go. Let it go, and don't let it go into that long period of time where you're just dragging it and dragging it and dragging it and dragging it and bringing it back and rehashing it. So that's an area we got to work on. We definitely have to work on that, because those negative energies that you're putting out there, the scripture is real clear. You know what? We forgive. And we're not forgiving because of them, because they don't always deserve forgiveness. You're forgiving because of you. Your heart has to be in the right place so that you can move on and go past it. You can take it back again if you want to. I've been there, done that. How good is that for you? How good is that for you? Not too much. So let go of it. Let it be. Move on. Try to get past it. Pray about it. Be about it. Whatever you have to do. But that's my tidbit of information and helpful tools for your soul today. I learn, I ingest. I really feel like I'm glowing. Hey, how many of you down below, let me know in the comments if you're ready for this 75 hard. We're going to do it. September 1st. We got 7 days, people. Get your mind right. We're going to do this. And I went through some of the steps of what it entails, but I can go over it again. I don't have the thing, but I kind of know it by heart now. So, exercising twice a day for 45 minutes, or whatever you need to break that up into to get your 245s. What's 245s? I'm in math, right? That's an hour and a half. So maybe you got to do 3 30-minute workouts. Whatever you do, one of them has to be done outside, right? Second thing, gallon of water a day. So if you're drinking these, it's 4. But you know what I want to do? I have a 1-gallon jug, and the water gets warm throughout the course of the day, and I'm like, I hate warm water. That's just me. But I think I'm going to buy a 1/2-gallon jug, and then that way I don't have to worry about counting. Just drink 2. A piece of cake, right? And what else is there? No alcohol for the 75 days. I probably lost some of you right now. No cheat meal for the 75 days. Read 10 pages a day of something that's inspirational, self development, spiritual, whatever that is for you, but it ain't like a novel. Yeah, it's not a book of fiction. No, it's got to be something that's helping you inside. And what else? Oh, stick to a healthy eating plan, whatever that is for you. If you need suggestions on that, hit me up. I'm doing pretty good. 170 pounds down, over 170 pounds down. What else? I think that's all the stages. And, oh yeah, the most important one. Take a picture of yourself every day. That's not for you to show to anybody. It's for you, so you can see yourself every day. If you skip a day of any of the things I just mentioned, you're back to day 1. Starting over again. I'm excited to see how I go. I don't expect to be perfect. I don't expect anything, but I'll be telling you this much. I'll be damned if I ain't gonna try my best. All right? I hope that's the same for you guys too. What's the comment down below? Isn't that what recovery does to us? Yes. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Tell me over and over and over again. So, and for those of you that may not understand that comment, in recovery, we are working on ourselves, and we're supposed to be going through different stages in our life that we're working towards our recovery. And to constantly go back and rehash the good old days or whatever we used to do when we were using isn't a way for us to recover. We got to move past that. We got to look at where we're at now in our life. Handling the situations that come up in my lifetime while I'm clean and not using drugs, that would not have happened. Going through my mother's death when I was clean is totally different how I would have handled it if I was using drugs, obviously, right? We're using drugs to not feel. So you get in recovery, and now all these emotions are hitting us. We're numb. That's why we're using, to be that way. So we don't have to feel, we don't have to think, we don't have to deal with it. And now you get clean, you're in recovery, and you're very sensitive, and all these emotions are hitting you, and they're blowing things out of proportion until your body adjusts to that, okay? So, okay, I've been clean for however amount of time, and this bad thing happened, and boom, it felt like a volcano erupted, when in reality, it might have just been a little sprinkler. And as you stay clean longer, the more you start to understand and how to get through those situations without having to have that sensitive nerve or whatever you want to call it. And so recovery was very difficult in the very beginning. And I hung around a lot of people that had a lot of clean time because I figured the more clean time they had, the more they've dealt with those types of situations and they could relate to what I was going through. So, not to put anybody down when it comes to, finding a sponsor in recovery, but I didn't want somebody that had 2 years or 5 years clean. I wanted somebody that had been doing it for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, because I thought, wow, if she hadn't been through everything that I've been through and more, how can you help me? Someone that you connect to in recovery may be a good person for you to have as a alliance to form a bond with, but that might not be a person that you want to have as your sponsor. That's just my suggestion from what I, went through in my early recovery. So I just wanted someone who knew what it was like to go through a death with someone in the family. I wanted someone who knew what it was going to be like to go through college, because I was going to college clean. I'd been to college high, hadn't been there clean. So that was rough for me in the beginning. I wanted someone that could go through all these experiences and then she could say, what, here's something that might help you. Here's something that could, whatever. And I was like, okay. I felt like I had somebody that I could really count on. So that was my experience in recovery. It was just about finding someone who could really lead me and guide me and help me along in my recovery, because I really wanted to stay clean. I really wanted to recover. Recovery was important to me. If you don't care about your recovery and you're just, for lack of a better word, half-assing it, then you're not going to find a really good sponsor for you. And I don't know how we got down this rabbit hole and this tangent, but somebody needed to hear it for whatever reason. But yeah, when I first got clean, that's what I looked for. Someone who had been through a lot of experiences and could help me. And then knowing that she had gone through all those experiences, I felt comfortable to, come to her when situations came up, because you don't know how to feel when you've been using to numb yourself. You don't know how to go through those experiences when you've been used to avoiding them, So now, okay, I want to stay clean and get through the death of my mother. Now I want to stay clean and get through the death of a friend who didn't get clean and stay clean and come clean with me. Now I want to stay clean and get through this situation and that situation and getting into a relationship and going back to college and dealing with sexual abuse and molestation and domestic violence, and still picking bad guys while I'm clean, trying to say, okay, all right, I could see how I was picking the bad men when I was using drugs, but why am I still picking bad guys now that I'm clean? There's something wrong with me, right? No, my sponsor explained all that stuff to me. So that's what I needed to do. So that's just something that, that's part of emotional intelligence, people. You just got to learn and grow as you're going. Oh, and good morning to those saying hi to me. Hey, Zit. Okay, in my head, I think it's Zit. Zitin. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, sweetie. I know you guys are in the Philippines. Say hi to your husband Darren for me, sweetie, too. But yeah, I just really got to get off here now, get back to my full-time job, get back to it. I just started going back to work today. Woo! Yeah, I can do that, right? Happy hump day. Make it a blessed hump day. Use that emotional intelligence. Hey, see how I tied it all together? I know I look like I'm a squirrel going all down these rabbit holes, but it all comes back together, praise the Lord. All right, you guys take care. I'm getting off live on Instagram. Goodbye, Instagram. Love you. Bye. And goodbye, Facebook. Take care, guys. God bless.